And so, folks, the adventure continues once more, only this time we're pretty much at, well, the end game. Welcome to Nasty's world.
Welcome back. He just dropped in here. That was Matt dropping in because he didn't take the balloon.
In fact, here he is again.
Hey, Delbin.
Oh.
But no, it's just Delvin from Artisans.
Oh, the painter.
Didn't I already free you? You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
No, we'll wind a bit. I already freed you.
That's great, Spyro. You must reach the exit, Spyro.
You can challenge the Nork himself.
Wait, I released you before. Why the fuck am I releasing you again?
I think what's insinuated here is that some of the other dragons actually went ahead of Spyro just to see if they could take down Nasty first. But of course, Nasty still got that scepter that turns them all to crystals. So
That does make sense.
Big help they are.
Those devil damn idiots.
Yeah, they should have done the fire stall.
Ah, boy.
There we go.
That's your own
Speaking of
fault.
which,
Nasty should have crystallized Spyro.
Rats, he should have.
Well, that's true, but here's the thing. Nasty is only good at crystallizing the bigger dragons, and this is actually something that they mentioned in the instruction manual for the original game as well.
Oh?
He completely missed Spyro. And I assume at this point, like throughout the entire game, he's been trying to zap him all over the place, but he just keeps on missing because, he's such a short stuff.
Probably.
Would it be silly if throughout all of Nasty's world, every so often you'll see a laser beam, like, of course, always missing, and you just hear in the background, and just every time you just keep hearing him like in the background, like upset that he keeps missing you, like Kirby, and just over and over again.
That would be pretty funny, but yeah, Nasty's world is, well, again, it's a pretty short world, and it's definitely an interesting change of pace in that, we're pretty much in an industrial marina type setting.
Ooh, wartime. Oh, and also Seely's not joining us because this place is too scary.
He's too scary.
Seely's not joining us, and unfortunately, Pi is still not woken up from her time down in Dreamweaver, so
yeah.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to carry on without her.
was that the
yeah.
last place she was at?
Beastmakers, maybe?
I think, no, she was in Magic Crafters.
Magic Crafters.
By the way, there was this old video, this one reviewer named J-Rad Gex, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. He did a kind of collaboration with Cat Icarus where he reviewed the very first Spyro game on PS1, and he does make fun of the fact that Nasty Nort is a horrible shot.
Yeah, he really is.
It does make sense.
Damn it.
Speaking of being a horrible shot.
That alone is the reason why Nasty's world is usually the hardest in the game. No, I'm kidding. That was just me clearly being an idiot.
They will throw some interesting curveballs with enemy placements and especially enemy types. Like you see, we have to use these explosive barrels to deal damage to some of them. Otherwise, yeah. The other thing is that they notice is that yes, this world in particular, we need to reach the exit of every single world to continue.
Yes. Because those dragon heads run under the same logic as the dragon head from Artisans, in that if you just exit from the pause menu, I guess it doesn't really count. You have to exit from the home portal, which, to be fair, I mean, these levels are pretty tricky, but they're also probably one of the more linear in the game.
And there's only 2 of them.
If you know where to find everything, like, it shouldn't be that hard just to get everything and reach the portal.
So
at the same
let me
time.
guess, if we headbutt the regular TNT crates, we hurt ourselves.
Yes.
So you gotta flame them up first before they're released.
Also,
no, you had.
I was saying the other thing about Nasty's World is that, again, there's only 2 levels as well, so they're going to make these levels a little beefier.
Would you say that this world is pretty nasty?
A bit. I mean, it really depends. It really depends on how you feel about the feel about the architecture.
Also, I've had this joke in my head for a while. In Nasty's world.
And Nasty's World. Also,
In Nasty's world, it's quite nasty.
Hey Latif again. And yeah, go ahead, Hype. Back to what you were saying.
I was just talking about, I was just making a joke about, like, Matt's joke. It's like, it's not really nasty, but I think it might be a little Nordy.
Say that again?
That could work.
Never mind.
No, sorry. Sorry, I was distracted by sparkly wings.
Sparkly.
I'm sorry, he was too fabulous for me to comprehend.
Hypnotizing me. But, really? Just one...
Yep.
Okay.
Just well, to be fair, it's worth 10.
Just kind of pops out, just done. Get the.
It may be of higher value, but a gem's still a gem.
Yeah.
It works.
Anyway, apologies.
No worries.
Oh. Hey, stand right there.
Donk
And
again.
again?
Oh, I'm bad at this.
Took it like a champ. So wait, so actually I'm curious for something. So in the manual and in the opening cutscene, explained that all of his villains, all of the other Norks, were monsters created by the gems.
Yep.
So does that mean that Nasty was the only original Nork?
I wouldn't be surprised.
So it's kind of like Moblins,
Huh.
if you think about it.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
But
Yeah,
we've been
be-
collecting gems.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Oh, he says that because every time we kill them, gems pop out of them.
Right, and he explained, and in the intro cutscene, if you listen to the reporter, he's like, "Aren't you worried about Nasty, who's now learned a magic spell that can turn treasure into minions or something like that?"
Oh, I see. Okay, I think I might have missed that at the beginning.
Also, I just realized something. Wario World stole this concept.
Right.
How so?
Did it?
Yeah, in Wario World, basically the whole plot behind that game is that Wario, in one of his recent adventures, stole a giant black jewel that literally can turn alive and change all of anyone's greed into a world full of monsters.
Yep, and that's how we had to
Oh.
stop the purple gem.
Yeah. That was the one on the GameCube, right?
Yep.
It's also a very pathetic boss.
Actually, another thing I remember, just going back to Wario, is that also one of the bosses in Wario Land 1 a ghost that turns coins into other ghosts?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Like, I know that there was a boss that did something with coins.
I know
There
there's
might have
something
been.
like
I
that.
just can't think of them off the top of my head.
Okay, we're doing good so far.
I could be wrong, but I think this dragon here has a cute little callback for us. Yeah, it's this one.
Hey, Thomas.
Listen to his dialogue.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Parappa.
Are they gonna make a remake of that now?
Well,
They already did, remember?
I get it.
Was that actually in the original? Was that actually in the original making fun of Parappa?
Yeah, it was.
And I forgot how late into the PS1 cycle Spyro came out.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going back to my D&D campaign.
My God. Yes, I know it's not much.
No, there are Dragonborn bards, so you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, don't forget the gems that they spilled.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, James.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm still wondering if it really, like in the original game, if it really was intentionally supposed to be a callback to Parappa. But like,
It sounded like it.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
well, here especially considering the way he just says it, I don't know, that little chuckle he does at the end, like that almost feels like he's like he knows.
No,
Yeah.
of course, like
Actually, just-
it's drawing attention to it.
Just real quick, because I'm curious, Sally, because that strikes me as a franchise that you don't go out of your way to look into. How did you
No,
know
but
about
I
Parappa?
know about it. I know enough about it. That's why I recognized it.
Well, I meant, like, what did you see or watch that kind of introduced you to the series?
I mean, honestly, I've kind of always been aware of it because I've seen it in stores. I've seen the game around here and there.
Okay.
And the
just thought I'd
occasional
ask.
video, I bet. But just yeah, Parappa is a big enough icon in pop culture that I would imagine like just about anyone who's remotely into video games has heard the phrase at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually is something
I also-
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I was expecting you to say that you might have been introduced through Catagris, because I do know he reviewed the first 2 games.
Yeah, I've always been aware of it because like I've
Don't.
I've been a gamer since I was about 9, 10ish, I think.
I guess.
So
I do-
yeah, I would have been immersed enough to know what Parappa is, even if I wasn't interested in it.
Well, I guess I can also ask, like I know you're more so like the Nintendo, comparatively, more of a Nintendo
Goodness.
girl, but out of all of the,
Okay.
what would you say, aside from Spyro, is like the closest Sony-based series that you found yourself interested in?
I really don't know. I never.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't really play much of Sony's systems. Like I had a PS2, but I didn't own much on it.
Would Kingdom Hearts count?
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's about it. That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, well.
That's fair. So
In
anyway,
fact,
that's it. Oh,
Sorry, sorry.
nah,
I
you
was
go
gonna,
ahead.
I was gonna finish by saying that I think Kingdom Hearts was the reason I got a PS2.
That's fair. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why a good chunk of people, well, got a PS2 outside of, say, Metal Gear Solid 2 or Jack and Daxter or whatnot.
Yeah.
I do know that Kingdom Hearts was the sole reason my friend bought a 3DS.
I got it for Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper.
There's been, honestly, yeah, say what you will, the PS2 definitely, like, its first few years were really damn strong.
Well, the PS2 had like that was before the Wii. It was oh, by the way, these guys do not have machine guns.
Oh, this.
And now for the oldies to rage, because now they're not regular guns, they're just pink gunk launchers.
Yeah.
I don't know, like we make the joke about how this pretty much triggers older gamers. Be honest, being hit by a paintball would still hurt.
Oh, of course.
Oh, it does hurt. It really does hurt.
Not to mention, I mean, when you stop and think about, like, the context of that purple gunk, like, we've seen that stuff at least in a few other levels before, and that stuff, well, it, if not hurts you, it straight up kills you.
Actually,
You know what? I can kind of see it working still, cause like, I mean, I know I'm probably not the best person to say this, but because I never played the original. I mean, because of the fantasy setting, I might be an outlier saying that the original guns with real
we're a little
bullets.
out of place.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of. I guess I could see it. For Ratchet and Clank, it would probably make more sense. But for a magical Spyro Dragon Fire, I guess yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I was always on the boat that felt this feels tonally more appropriate than the fucking realistic machine guns.
That is true.
Obviously, I'm like, I don't like censorship, but in this case, I think it, with the context of the whole fantasy setup, it makes more sense.
Honestly, I'm hard pressed to even call this straight up censorship. This just feels like a straight up tooling, retooling for the sake of sake of being tonally consistent.
I honestly feel like it's
I thought he was a shit shot, but he was.
And I also hate when games do that where they don't give you invincibility frames after the first hit.
Can I please say my reasoning?
Go for it.
Okay. I actually think the original guns, and these also, make a little bit of sense. Because it is constantly said that Nork is basically an industrialist. He is turning everything...
anti-magic.
He does magic a bit, but he mostly changes everything into industrial stuff, like turning the swamp into a power plant, all that stuff.
Electrify Shulky.
That's fair.
Yeah, so he does a lot of look at this world. Does this look more industrial or look at this world. It's incredibly industrial.
I will say though, to Spyro's credit, it looks like it feels industrial, but it still feels like it feels in tone too. Hey, Cletus.
Be on the lookout for North Commandos, Spyro.
Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go.
Literally.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like that particular line of dialogue we've heard somewhere else.
Also, that was it. That is the last dragon that we can save right now.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
So there were just 4 of them?
Yes.
And
that were here.
One from each world?
I think so, yeah, one from each world.
Roughly,
Also, last thing I was going to say is that I honestly wasn't too offended by it because like I don't think it was censorship. It's like it's honestly no different from
not again!
No, James, you're so
Okay.
I would say honestly, I wouldn't say it was censorship. I'd say it's no different from how they changed and added on to all 80 dragons.
Right.
Yeah.
They sure weren't like that in the
I
original.
don't-
They could have gone the original route and had them all just look like color palettes.
You know what, Logan? I don't know. I feel kind of triggered about how they butchered those classic designs by giving them such PC wares.
And personalities.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, you got it.
Supercharged versus Gunk Gun. Gunk Gun wins.
You know what? Another thing, I'm surprised how almost anyone I've seen anyway, I'm surprised no one's made this joke about those guns yet. Behold, they're what am I trying to say? They're weaponizing rejected Splatoon gunware.
I was about to say earlier, but then everyone was talking. I was just like, cue the Splatoon music.
But it's a Splatling, technically.
Cue the Splatoon music. I
Well,
don't know.
point still
I don't
stands.
know.
I'm so surprised. Point still stands. I'm surprised no one's made like a Splatoon joke about it yet.
I am hoping for Splatoon 3, maybe on Switch as
Same.
well.
Wait.
Probably not till like I would say probably around the near end.
Ow.
or something
Yeah,
like
had
That
to
was
change.
really- that was
That should not.
Spyro just has this look at us like, we don't talk about this, that never
Actually,
happened.
what I love is like not
Okay,
just
no
the look,
problem,
but
no
like the
one saw that.
slow walk back.
It's like, no one saw that.
I actually shook my head. Wow. That
Well,
was
I agree.
impressive.
Sometimes that can...
So-
I agree with James. Sometimes that can happen where, like, if you hit the wrong piece of momentum, you'll still be, like, charging, but you'll suddenly be really slow. It's almost like you're walking in sludge.
Oh yeah, that's actually another thing that that Caddy did mention in his Reignite video. Like he thinks that they kind of messed up supercharging.
Because there's now a bit of a build-up to it.
Right, instead of it being kind of instantaneous.
And if we're wondering what we're talking about, he did a video like called like the top 10 things he thought the Reignited Trilogy, the top 10 bad things about the
Could have done
Reignited
better.
Trilogy. Yeah.
And some of them, it's like, and I think we kind of, I'm not sure about like all of us, but I'm kind of in a point where it's like, I think he brings up some good points. Others I can kind of like agree to disagree on.
Well, for instance, one that we all know James will agree on is that he does think that the dragon fight in the third game is BS.
Yeah, it is. Good luck with that, by the way.
Am I doing 2 and 3?
Well, for now the current plan is that, actually, yeah, I should take back what I said. The current plan we have on hand is that I'll be doing the first game. Well, obviously, we've been doing the first game.
Right.
Logan will be tackling Ripto's Rage, and assuming everything can go to plan, we might be doing Year of the Dragon for us.
I might, yeah, because I do.
Oh,
What's happening to this model? Is he okay?
But yeah, just to get back onto that, yeah, Allie might do Year of the Dragon for us. However, we're having to like, and I'm sorry we keep putting it off. We're gonna have to do like a test to see if exactly her PC can handle recording.
Oh,
that
it
for
can.
us.
It can.
Oh,
The
that's
only
good.
the only thing it can't seem to handle right now is streaming. And I tested
Nice.
Bandicam and it still doesn't work right for me.
And with that, guys, we did it.
But other than that, I can still record on my Elgato.
You tested to crash Bandicam?
Yes, but with that, we have now gathered everything we need to take down the Nork.
just about everything. Now all we need left to collect is Nork's hide.
Hide?
So yeah, stay tuned as the next part, we take down the Nork himself.
Bye.
Till next time, guys.
Bye, guys.
I've always wanted a Nork skin rug.